On September 22nd, 1888, right in the middle of the Whitechapel murders, the satirical magazine Punch published a cartoon that captured the public mood perfectly. Drawn by the great political cartoonist John Tenniel, it was titled Blind Man's Buff, as played by the police. The image shows a blindfolded police officer stumbling helplessly while surrounded by shadowy figures, the so-called ne'er-do-wells of Whitechapel. The caption reads, "Turn round 3 times and catch whom you may." The message was unmistakable. At the height of Jack the Ripper's killing spree, the Metropolitan Police looked as clueless as a child playing a party game. By this point, 2 women were already dead. Within a week of publication, 2 more would follow. But there's more to this cartoon than meets the eye. It was accompanied by a long satirical verse, one that is rarely reprinted today, though it paints one of the most vivid pictures we have of life in Whitechapel in 1888. Just listen to these lines. "The haggard harpy of the pavement she, the victim's victim whose delirious glee makes mirth of crackling horror hither slink, the waves of passion and the wrecks of drink. Multiform wretchedness in rags and grime, hopeless of good and ripe for every crime." This wasn't just about mocking the police. It was also a damning portrait of the East End itself, a place where misery, vice, and poverty created the perfect shadows for a killer to vanish into the night. The cartoon, and especially its verse, remind us that the Ripper murders were never just about the killer. They were also about the social conditions of Victorian London. Conditions that made Whitechapel a place of fear, desperation, and, ultimately, history's most notorious unsolved case. 137 years later, Tenniel's cartoon still speaks volumes. The police never did catch Jack the Ripper, and Blind Man's Buff remains a haunting symbol of their failure.